Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're well. How are you doing? All of that. Sorry about the lack of videos this week, but I've been rather ill with some throaty tonsilling nonsense, and I'm still not 100% better, but I can at least swallow, which is nice, and talk and stuff. So that has not stopped me from being busy in the world. Well, a little busy in the world. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through what I've done. So, yes, first thing I did was I've jazzed up the iron golem farm. As you might imagine, what this is automated item retrieval using the new hoppers. And if we pop back here, you'll be able to see what we've got going on. So how this works is the golems are being held in the lava up there. So they actually die from the lava as they come along the tunnel that's up there, and their items are being collected by these hoppers, and each of these hoppers points at the back, and there's 2 rows of them, and they each point to the back of these chests. And what happens is the items end up in one of these chests, as you can see. They do tend to go to the top or the bottom chest, but not always. That's really good because, as I mentioned a few episodes ago, if I don't keep on top of collecting the iron from the golems, then they can gather in such numbers that they can gather in such numbers that they cause quite a bit of lag to the game. So it's a good thing that I can now automate the item collection, because I'm not getting XP from them, I'm not doing anything else with them, so they might as well just die, basically, and give me their goodies. So I just need to come along here every so often and convert the iron into blocks. So that was good. Now the next thing I did was I got a bit more ambitious with the hoppers. Now, for a long time now, the mob item storage area has been seriously overflowed. But the only thing I'm really using is the gunpowder to make TNT. Everything else pretty much sits in storage. That was clever. Pretty much sits in storage. Oh, bloody hell. But, the chests are empty. Yes, the chests are indeed empty. This is no longer mob item storage. And we'll figure out what's going to go there at some point. I appear to have lost an item frame. Oh well. Huh. Where did that go? Oh well. Yes, the what am I doing? That can be TNT still. And this can still be random drops from slime balls and things like that, which I never really have a great volume of. I have enough, but yeah. I decided that what I really needed was expanded mob storage with item retrieval and also sorting. And the item retrieval is important because a lot of my mob drops get wasted because I don't come along and collect them. So being able to store them automatically is just like really great. So I'll always be collecting mob drops just by being around the base, which is fantastic. But I had to decide where to put it, and this is the logical place, but there's no room up here, so yes, I made a basement. And we've got some stairs around here and also over here, and they lead down into this area down here. And we have chests and chests and chests and chests of stuff. Lots and lots of goodies. All over the place. So brilliant. I figure if I ever fill, so we've got 4 by 3 double chests for each type of mob drop, basically. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 double chests for every type of mob drop. And I figure if I've got 12 double chests of any mob drop, that's enough, really. Any more's a bit silly. TNT, that's never going to happen. Gunpowder, that's never going to happen because it'll all get made into TNT. So, yeah, this is ultimate mob storage system. And it all gets nicely sorted. I need to label these at some point. But, we've got, as you saw, arrows, zombie flesh, bones, and TNT. There's a majority of it there. And let's just offload some of these items I've accidentally picked up. There we go. And also, over on this wall, which I could have gone for an entire wall of chests per mob drop, but this wall has a load of redstone for the double doors behind it, and I didn't feel like moving it. I figured that was enough storage. But what we do have, we have the workstation. I intend to put an ender chest here. But these 2 chests are overflow. What that means is if a section gets completely full, or there's an item that can't be sorted, say a new mob drop comes out, gets released, or for some reason the sorting system fails to sort an item, which is probably possible, then it will end up in these chests. So let's have a look at how that works. Now I'm going to try and show you, but it's very dark and very tight in there. So I'll try my best to show you what's going on. I may end up mocking it up. Let's see, can I still fit through here? No. Is that okay without half slabs? Let's just check. Block light 9. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So we've got a row of hoppers connected horizontally and dropping down into hoppers behind the 2 chests for the overflow. There we go. And running around the outside of the room, all the way down here, all the way along here, and along here, and all the way back. And I can't get through any further. We've got this ice with water over the top, and I'll tell you what, I'll show you where what's feeding that first. Do, 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 do. Down here, it's very tight and dark. Yeah, so the lava killer I modified so that the mob drops, which we're collecting in this area here, they now fall down and along and under here, and there's a path of a water flow under the floor going in this direction. I think it is in line with these blocks here. Oh, yeah, there you go. So that goes there. You see with the ice and the sign, so that I can keep it at the same level, and it drops down onto the end of that iceway that I showed you. So the items go along, drop down on the iceway, and they whiz all the way around and all the way around to where the hoppers are. Except they don't. So let's have a look at this side. So important to note, each corner has a non-ice block, and that's so that the items don't end up hard against the side wall. Otherwise, the hopper, if the items are running right on the side wall of the water flow, the hoppers won't pick them up. They don't need to be far from the side wall, but if they're hard up against it, they won't get picked up. So they're whizzing around, and we'll look at this sorter here, which is the gunpowder sorter. Now, as I say, it's going to be very difficult to show you exactly what's going on here, but I will try. If we pop this out, yeah, okay. So on the ice comes along, and there's a hopper in the path of the ice there. So the water's running over the top of this hopper. So the items come along here, and if we look in this hopper, we can see we've got 4 full stacks and 1 partial stack of, in this case, gunpowder, but whatever you're sorting. And now this is the one we're not going to be able to look at without breaking a block that we can't break. In there, that one there, that has 5 full stacks of our item. So let's just put some blocks down to fill that back in. Oh, right, yeah. So that's got 5. This hopper's pointing into that one, that's full. And then this one is pointing along here, and there's a row of hoppers along our bank of chests for that item, above the level of the chests. And below the hoppers, for each column of chests, we've got a set of hoppers going down, and each one of those faces into the chest. So basically, even though the hoppers are pointing along this way, these hoppers, because the way hoppers work, from what I can figure out, is they both put items out they put items out of their output. So because these are facing this way, they're putting the items into the next hopper, because hoppers can't take them in from the sides, only from the top. But the hoppers are putting them in like that. These hoppers below, the other function of the hopper is to take items from the top. So because there's a hopper below this, even though it's not pointing down into the hopper, it can still grab items out of the hopper above. So that's why, that's how the items can get down into the chests. It's the same with this hopper here. Even though this hopper is pointing at the chest, this hopper is able to grab items out of it. So that's how that works. So the last bit of the puzzle is to make sure only the items we want get in there. So we'll go back to talking about this hopper here with its 4 stacks and a partial stack, and the next hopper that it's pointing at having 5 full stacks. So what we've got here, let's see if I can rip some of this out without breaking anything. This comparator here is pointing away from this hopper. Now, with this number of items, what you would get normally is a signal strength of 14 out of the comparator. And so it would power redstone 14 blocks long. However, because we're running this signal strength of 14, so torch 15, 14 comparator, because we're running 14 into the side of it, it will actually only activate when the signal strength would be 15. Okay, so when this goes above this level, I think it's 41, it may be 42 in that stack. When it goes above that level, this comparator will output a signal. The signal comes, the comparator powers the block, which powers this redstone down here, comes along here into this block and turns this torch off. Now, the torch is powering this block because weirdly, hoppers won't get powered by a torch being next to them. They're a bit finicky about how they'll receive power. There's a bit of trial and error involved in that. But if there's a powered block next to them, they'll get powered. So the hopper on the other side of this block, which is the one we couldn't click into, when this torch turns off, that hopper will start putting items and having items taken from it into the bank of chests. And it will also start taking items from here. As soon as the level drops sufficiently, the comparator switches off, this redstone switches off, this torch turns back on, and so the hopper will stop sending out items. Now, I misspoke there a little bit. I said it was getting items. There you go, you saw that happen there. I said it was getting items from here. It can't get items from anywhere but above it. So, because there's nothing above that hopper, it's all very confusing. Above that hopper, it's not getting items. Now, a powered hopper can't get items, and it can't put out items, but it can still have items put into it. And confusion is me. It took me ages to figure this out. So the reason we're not turning the system off by powering this hopper is if we power this hopper, it won't suck any items in as they go over the top. So we have to power the next hopper, which does mean we have nearly 10 stacks of our item spread between those two hoppers in order to make the sorter work, but that's okay. But yeah, so if I could access the hopper after this one and take some gunpowder out of it, this one would start putting gunpowder in there. So it's very difficult to explain, really. They're very finicky. Now, yeah, originally, excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip of tonsil cooling beer. Much better. Originally, I wanted to run this style of row of hopper thing along the top rather than having water over ice. But I found it's very unreliable to try and pull items out of hoppers. There's a certain amount of randomness as to whether or not they'll get pulled out of the bottom, as you can see by the fact that I've got a bit of compounder here, bit here, bit here, bit here. So it's random. So items don't get reliably sorted if you're doing it that way. But this does seem to work, and it's been running while we've been talking. Nothing's made it to the overflow, which is an excellent sign. And I do seem to be that's strange. Oh well. And just to prove that the items are getting all the way around, if we pop this off and throw some ender pearls in, there we go, and we can go back down, and they should pretty rapidly start making their way into one of these chests. So if we just give that a moment. Does take a little while to go around the system because of the stone blocks in the corners, which are there to intentionally slow things down. Oh, there we go. There are ender pearls. So they could not be sorted because there is not a sorting station set up for them. So they ended up here, which is excellent. So yeah, it does seem pretty steady. Pretty reliable. I'm confident that if worst thing that would happen is items will end up in the overflow chests from not being sorted. They're not going to get lost or anything, so they still get stored as long as the overflow chests don't fill up. And even then they'll back up in the hoppers, all these hoppers that are behind here, until all of those are full anyway, so it's a lot of overflow there. But yes, that is pretty much what I've been working on. I think... Oh, lots of lag. What's going on? I'm just going to stop the recording for a sec. Oh, that was very strange. Don't know what was going on there. So, yes... I don't think I'll mock it up for you. I think what I'll do is I will do, maybe if people want, I'll do a tutorial on it once I have, once 1.5 actually comes out. And we're in the latest snapshot, which is week 5. I'm just interested to see... Oh, hello. I saw you at the last moment. Oh, the lag is killing me. That was... Oh, bloody hell. I don't think it knocked any redstone off. No. I'm just interested to see. There have been a few bug fixes with comparators, so let's just check this still works. Nothing. 1... 2, 3, many plus 1, lots, all of them. Excellent. Right, that was good. I was a little worried that would have gotten broken. One thing that hasn't fared so well is the ender pearl elevators with the double extender. They're currently broken, and I will hop over there and show you in what fashion they're broken. Oh dear. Fail. Yeah, so if I stand here and trigger this, you can see it does something very strange there. And then it goes back to normal. And then it does something strange. Oh, ouch. So it's kind of a lottery at the moment. You see both of the pistons are out there. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Must be a timing issue or something. There's no bud switches in those double extenders, so I don't know what the problem is there. Anyway, I think I'm going to call that an episode. So again, I apologise for not bringing you along for the ride on those builds, but well, I can still barely swallow and I could barely speak earlier in the week. So yes, it is a shame, but unfortunately, illness happens. But hopefully I can now get back into the swing of things. Anyway, until next time, guys, take care of yourselves.